How much can you learn playing Kacky as a new Trackmania player? I truly don't know, but I was destined to find out. With 5 maps under my belt at the start of this event, the basics started to make sense to me. But there were so many more interactions I have to learn and master before expecting any more. There's one map that I've been practicing a lot, but Trackmania is what's called a deterministic game. If you hit all the right inputs at the right moment, the game will do the same thing every time. Day 4 started off with a lot of attempts on map 302. One that I had practiced and slowly began to master. With a lot of close calls and runs that fell slightly short, I knew with a few consistent inputs, I could get the speed I needed to do this. I saw the light flash before my eyes. If I was just a few centimeters to the right, I would be right there in the hole, fully turtled and unable to get the finish that was right there in front of me. A slow time, but a finish. I will take it. Sometimes a scuffed attempt that results in a finish is worth it, just so you can freely move on to another map. You see, you can always come back for a fresh attempt later and try for a new personal best, but feel free to save that for a bad rotation. Speaking of rotation, we're back to map 364. Man, it's felt like I've been here since day 1. Wait, I have. Now, with close attempts, this map felt like it was trying everyone's patience. What's fun with Kacky is that its servers are filled with others giving their best attempts. Every finish and PB gets posted in chat, and the community loves to congratulate you, even if they've spent 7 hours themselves on the map. I guess karma comes around eventually, because it was right after giving encouragement to another player by saying they need to pray more that I got this blessed run. A lucky wall tap and through the lower finish. Not the cleanest run, but hey, it finally fell. And boy, did I not stop praying after that, because when map 329 came around, well, this happened. Pray, oh pray, did I ever. I knew I was making it across, but I had no idea how to stop myself here. After a lucky bounce off the finish, flying high into the sky, I expected to land in a way where either I was off the platform or stuck in a dead turtle. But as I landed, I crossed off another map. Now, with 8 finishes, for someone who had no idea how to play Trackmania 5 days ago, could there be more to come? It seems with the way I'm learning these maps, my fins end up being near perfect, or at least solid enough to secure a relatively fast time on the map. There are a lot of players that know how to get these maps done quick and dirty, only to come back later to optimize them. For me, however, I'm learning the optimal route by watching perfected runs off YouTube. I see these runs and I try and mimic their inputs as close as possible. It's with these I begin to understand exactly what I'm doing. This was such the case for track 326. Having seen the ghosts of other players gliding on their nose down this track, I had to learn how to perfect that. Then came flipping over the railing, but these maps aren't as simple as that. You then have to land again on your nose and stay high enough to hit a reactor. Controlling that reactor is a whole different story altogether as well. With every single run, you're coming in at a different angle than the last attempt. For me, these maps only end up working when everything falls perfectly in line. My first finish on this map, and I get it with a time that sets me comfortably in the top 50 out of nearly 900 players. A record most would strive for with a lot of hunting. This was also the case with track 335, a track that has a few different strategies. I tried every single one, but after seeing a new idea after watching Virtual get 2 personal bests in one session on an Asus ROG phone with a controller adapter that he was using for a sponsored stream, I put all my effort into perfecting it.
Dude, that's 7th world! That is 7th in the world on phone. Back to live reaction, quick. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And when it worked, I got this run. Top 25 with my first finish. Call it lucky, but thank God this map was over. You see, I do like when maps get a bit creative with their ideas, even if they take a bit longer. Map 375 took this to a whole new level. First, having to use a custom cam 7 angle to put yourself under the car. This map is the only one with a checkpoint that keeps your run timer taken up with every attempt. Learning how to control the reactor here was a lot different than the QR code map. Once you find a decent lineup, it's all trial and error until everything falls into place. Thank God I did not instinctively reset myself after hitting the cloud. I'd had so many different attempts on this map that failed this exact way, and this time I decided to leave it. I had a moment of clarity to think of this possibility, and boy am I happy I did. I never expected to hit this finish from the opposite side. A great day of finishes, with an awesome way to end it. Could it get any better? Three days, 0 finishes. I thought this might be the end for me in this Kacky. I had a few maps I felt confident in, but as time went on, I felt like a lot of these would just be down to luck. Still stuck on Rail Jail, still stuck on the 333 launch, endless attempts on 338, but none of them would turn in my favor. One map that I had really liked and was slowly learning as the rotation for the maps I still needed gave me time to practice was map 367. A very precise map, all about threading the needle into these small castle windows. I'd learned that the second jump was possible no matter how you land, so every attempt that got me there gave me another attempt to learn the angle needed. But speed matters, so every landing makes it different. After a lot of attempts, I got this run. scuffed? Hey, but it's a finish. Slow to the start, but the right angle got my wheel right where it needed to be. Another map down, but it only meant more time in rail jail. After over a week of attempts, this map started hurting my soul. I wasn't sure what would break first, my mental or my keyboard for throwing it against a wall, but try and try I would. Freedom. Freedom. I was done. I was done. No more rail jail. And at a good time too. I would never ever have to return to this map. If I ever see a rail again, it would be too soon. That day, I don't know what I did, but the Kacky gods shined down upon me. Because as I rode it into 338, I got this run. I'd spent a lot of time studying this map and the inputs used, with very few attempts making it into the water. I had only a split second to realize my car was off axis and that air braking was needed to get the final bounce. This one move is likely what made this run happen, and I appreciate the 2 brain cells that I had left after rail jail for firing just one last time so I could get this fin. And then over to 3-2-1 I went. In its previous rotation, I had an attempt I forgot to save that made it to the end, but an unlucky bounce off the finish post scuffed it and sent me off to the side without completion. This run, while slow, went slightly better. "15 finishes, more than I ever expected. I wanted to get at least 5 to start. Then I imagined 10. 15 came out of nowhere, but I couldn't stop there. You see, I still had a few more maps that I thought I could master. One of the maps being 369. I had to really hone in on my turtling skills for this map, because the idea here is that you need to turtle yourself over to the palm tree and hit it on the inside of your left front tire. With a bit of speed and a lot of luck, you should make your way up the tree and bounce into the finish. But that doesn't always happen, and it doesn't always work out that way. This was the first time that my car had made it up, and I wouldn't be lying if I said that I had panicked and I had no idea what to do. I had no momentum and fell completely flat on this attempt. In a later rotation, I asked the lobby what to do. Simo, one of the best Kacky players this event, gave me the tip to keep accelerating even when fully turtled to get the speed needed to make the bounce. And the next time I crawled up that palm tree, I made sure not to forget. Now, it was with this map that my Kacky finishes ended. With more maps falling, I was quickly needing to learn new ones to practice. I had a few on my list that I enjoyed playing, but with longer rotations and a busy schedule IRL, I could only find myself with close attempts. I did spend a bit of time while waiting to practice previous maps, and in my next video, I will go over all of the maps that I went back and got personal bests on.